Hello, this is Nintu bringing you another audio commentary. It's been quite a long time since I've created one, and I'm aware of that. For the people who have been, kindly waiting, checking the subscription to see if I made any new VODs, you're awesome. So let's get right into this, and also Merry Christmas to all of you out there. It was a pretty awesome Christmas, so I guess this could be part of my Christmas present to you. This game was done on iCup, obviously, very recent, a few days ago, and I know I told everyone that I'd be making lots more VODs, but I don't know, I guess other things got in the way of it, so anyway, this is a pretty interesting Terran vs. Zerg, as long as I recall. I see early links. I opened 10 racks, as everyone should on iCup, because 11 racks, 4 pools are going to give you trouble. So I put the SCV midway through so I can see him come and make sure I've got, time to react. I built the bunker. Was definitely necessary. I see Lair already, so this guy is playing quite cheesy. But that's alright. Like, obviously I was going to do standard 1 racks into expand with a 10 racks as opposed to an 11 racks. And here he's going to try and do some damage with his early links, but I mean, it's going to be pretty hard considering I had the scout, and I had the time to react. I had the time to put up a bunker, and I reacted very quickly by putting up a second racks and a refinery. So now I don't know what this was. This was like, if you really think you're going to get that, you can't get a bunker if it's between your CC and your Vespene gas, because you can just tell SVs to go to your Vespene gas, and as they mineral walk through things, you can just repair it. It's pretty imba. So that was a pretty weak play on the Zerg's part. He's just wasted links, and he's going to need the links to keep me in my base while he techs to what I can only assume is Lurker, what anyone in this position would assume is Lurker. So that was not good on his part, but whatever, it all evens out. So here, you don't want to, as I've said in many other videos, you don't want to expand or be too crazy like that. I mean, he's obviously desperate here. He's not going to be pumping drones. That would be quite foolish. He's going to react with another cheese, which is, of course, Lurker tech. So, I'm gauging links, just making sure he's not pumping drones, making sure he's still making links. With each links I see, I mean, he's definitely still pumping links, right? Using those larvae for links, not drones. So decision making becomes even easier when you have information like that to work off of. Getting an early comsat, you're going to need it for lurkers. Getting an early eBay, I do believe in putting that up. If not now, then soon. Here, microing a little bit. More wasted links on his part. Now I've clearly got enough to pressure and hopefully hit and break some eggs before they hatch. Get a medic, firebat, all the good stuff. I saw an eBay coming up. That's of course for a turret, and in this case I go +1 armor, and standard is, even if it's lurker, you go +1 weapons. I'm not quite sure what the rationale behind that is, because having +1 armor is totally imba against lurkers. I guess the rationale is if you're going late game and the game extends to late game, the +1 weapons will benefit you much more than an early +1 armor, because you need the quick weapon upgrades to deal with like ultralisks and later tech units like that. So that's probably the rationale behind it, and that's reasonable. But in this situation, he's not close to throwing anything high tech at me, and to be honest, I think the decisive battles are going to play out during the early game. So I want an early game advantage, and by that I'm getting +1 armor, which will give my Marines 1 extra hit from lurkers. Very imba, very awesome. Again, bunker up, not quite expanding yet. There, I'm confirming the lurker tech. It wasn't a necessary scan, but I like being very careful. The risk, of course, is that I won't have enough scans to appropriately fend off lurkers. Now here, this is tricky. There's an overlord right there, and that's what my SCV went to go scout. And the reason that's important is because a lot of Zergs are going to do a slow drop lurker. So he reacts instantly. He's been watching that overlord, and I take that out. And it's it's quite common for certain players to do that. It's very powerful at the early ranks, especially D and D plus Terrans. Their mechanics in micro is not quite good enough to deal with lurkers. I mean, I often tell my Zerg friends while they're going from D to C to pretty much open Den before Spire, because as sad as it is, a lot of Terran are gonna kill themselves on lurkers. Here, lurkers are out. That's fine. I got a bunker. I got 2 bunkers actually, and I've got a lot of units, so I'm definitely in a position where I'm not afraid of those lurkers. I actually missed micro here. This is kind of sad because I messed my hotkeys up. I like moved down and like I tried to like scan or forget what it was. I think like my medics were in hotkey. I forget what it was. This was like 3 days ago. So anyway, that pissed me off. But then I fixed it and then I got my units together, set up a surround, macroed a bit, and then I'm pretty sure I scan and charge here and rip some stuff apart, micro a little bit. Grab the ones that are, you know, I mean you just do that, and you grab the ones that the lurkers are obviously going to hit. And it actually takes a lot of practice because by your approach towards the lurkers, you know which Marines the lurkers are going to attack, and the way you know that is because Brood War AI is to attack the closest target. So it's the same with D-Matrix. If you're going to D-Matrix Marines versus lurkers, you can tell which one the lurkers are going to attack because it's the closest Marine. So you D-Matrix that, and all of them are going to fire at it, and then you send that Marine first, etc. So anti-lurker micro like this, you kind of just get used to which Marine is first. You'll know what the AI is going to target, and you just preemptively grab that Marine and move it out of the way. The +1 armor is going to help a little bit later. And yeah. So here, I obviously have them contained, and you know, obviously I'm quite ahead from what I can see here. I've got a contain on him. From what I know, it's 2 base to 2 base, so definitely in my favor. In this sort of situation, you want to be careful though, because as I was talking about earlier, slow drop or even fast drop stuff, the Zerg is going to be playing desperate. He's not going to try and take me through a standard game. He's clearly going to try and get an advantage. Like, it's the same theory in every matchup. You know, get Reavers to try and get some lucky scarabs or some skillful scarabs to even it back up and try and get yourself back into the game. Here I have a Marine that I went out to look for an Overlord because I'm again expecting another drop, or a drop, and the Marine actually didn't go out there. It got stuck because I'm not used to the pathing on Byzantium. That sucked. But as you can tell, I'm like somewhat preparing for drop and sending that Marine out, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. Despite killing that early first Overlord there, I'm still nervous. Obviously, when you're in a position like this where you're clearly ahead, you have to watch out for those things that could put them back in the game, right? So, and there it is, lurker drop. And they always do it in 2s. They never just do your natural, or they never, not the good ones. They never do. So that sucked, but it's all right. That sucked. Scan leg sucks because I scanned, saw 1 lurker, started my units moving, and then the scan leg revealed 2 more, and then I had to move back, which kind of sucked. There, my Marine on the main map scouts another Overlord incoming. He's got fast speed, so I moved to my main instantly. My natural is a bit of a write-off at this point. I can save it. I didn't lose any SCVs, so I'm really not looking that bad right now. Here, I saw the Overlord with that Marine that was out there, which was good. It was did its job perfectly. It did exactly what I wanted. So I killed these quite handedly. They die pretty nicely. I had to use a second scan because of the crappy positioning of the depots and crap, so that kind of sucked. Now I don't have enough to kill the natural ones yet. That's okay. I'll manage. I'll live. It'll be okay. So here I go. Still waiting on that scan. There's the 50 energy. Now I prepare, do it. It's not that great because obviously the mineral line kind of screws things up, but the +1 armor is just, it's so imba. I would have lost so many Marines there because I didn't micro or spread, and I couldn't really spread in that position. So now I'm overreacting. I don't want to say overreacting. I'm going to say appropriately reacting to what I had just seen, and that I'm still ahead because my bases are strong right now, and he might have a 3rd coming up. I'm cool with that. You can kind of tell just when you play a lot of TvZ,